Israel's military is continuing its assault on the only functioning hospital left in northern Gaza. At least 20 patients and medical staff have been injured by explosions around Kamal Adwan Hospital in Beit Lahiya. Witnesses say remote-controlled vehicles delivered boxes with the word danger written on them. The boxes are believed to have contained explosives, which were later detonated. Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya is the director of Kamal Adwan Hospital. He sent Al Jazeera this update from inside the building shortly after the blast.
A short while ago, 2 military robots detonated near the hospital, causing serious damage and injuring about 20 people, both staff and inpatients. This explosion was very close, and it's the first time they have used these kinds of robots near the Kamal Adwan Hospital.
And Israeli forces have killed at least 32 Palestinians across the Gaza Strip in the past 24 hours. A drone attack on a convoy carrying aid to Palestinians in Deir el-Balah killed 4 security guards. 3 others were injured in the attack. Funerals have been held after an Israeli drone strike hit tents housing displaced families. That attack killed 7 people, and that was in the so-called safe zone of Al-Mawasi. Al Jazeera's Hani Mahmoud is live in Deir el-Balah. That's in the central part of the Gaza Strip. Let's start with what's happening in the north, specifically in and around Kamal Adwan Hospital. We talk about this almost daily. Hani, they're in the zone that has been besieged by the Israeli military for almost 70 days. What can you tell us about Kamal Adwan at the moment?
Cyril, the attacks right now seems to be extending to include the other 2 health facilities in the northern part of the Strip. That includes el-Balah Hospital. This is a charitable health organization providing a free health care for the population in the northern part of the Strip, even before this war started. The other hospital is the Indonesian hospital, a larger health facility. And for the past months and since the beginning of the ground offensive, the Israeli operations on the ground, these 2 hospitals provided much of the needed support to Kamal Adwan Hospital in terms of transferring patients and injuries, in terms of providing much needed medical supplies from their warehouses, from the medical supplies storage in both of them. But right now, the attack seems to include them and to push them out of the surface. One of them is already crippled by the ongoing attacks with the Indonesian hospital in the past months. And before the ground offensive on the ground, the Israeli military burned much of the facilities of the Indonesian hospital, forcing many of the people to evacuate from the area all the way to Kamal Adwan and then to the el-Balah hospital. But as of past midnight, the Israeli military issued a warning to everyone inside the hospital, including the patients and the injuries who were still attached to many of the medical equipments and the tubes because they needed medical care inside the hospital, despite the little that is available to provide them. But they were all forced at past midnight to leave the building and be in the streets in the cold weather at night and enduring much of the intimidation by the armored vehicles, by the tanks, by the quadcopters and the drones that filled up the skies. And as of early hour this morning, all are forced to go through a tube gun point set up by the Israeli military on Salah ad-Din Road. The other health facility, that's al-Auda in Tal al-Za'atar, northern part of the Strip, is at attack right now. The upper floors of the hospital have been shelled by the heavy artillery and by the quadcopter to the point the upper floor of the hospital caught on fire, and many of the surrounding residential units also caught on fire as the attacks continue in what seems to be right now deliberate attacks on remaining health facilities that at some point provided support to Kamal Adwan Hospital.
Hani, the aid groups that we interview often tell us that when aid, the little aid that does get allowed into the Gaza Strip, regularly gets attacked. And we got an example of that again, an Israeli drone attack on a convoy that was carrying aid to your part of the Gaza Strip, Deir el-Balah. What happened?
Well, the attack from last night wasn't far away from here. We're talking about 1 kilometer from Al-Aqsa Hospital. This is the intersection, the main entrance of Deir el-Balah city, all the way to the downtown of the area right here, where a convoy of food supplies and humanitarian aid was on its way from the southern part of the Strip to designated points here. It was joined by the guards who are securing the delivery of these trucks. And when a drone fired a missile at this particular truck. Here's exactly what happened. A group of gunmen, these are the looters who are heavily protected by the Israeli military, hijacked one of the trucks. And what the security guard, they chased for about good 10 minutes to get the truck back on Salah ad-Din Road and managed to get rid of the gunmen who managed to flee the scene. But as soon as the guard were able to secure the truck back on Salah ad-Din Road, a drone fired a missile on that particular vehicle that was carrying the 4 security guards and killed them. This caused the mayhem. It caused many of the looters to appear one more time on Salah ad-Din Road and loot the truck entirely. So none of the humanitarian aid on the truck made its way to the designated point. This is not the first time we're seeing this happen. In fact, it's very consistent with the past incident where looters hijacked trucks, and then as soon as security personnel and law enforcement tried to secure these trucks back, the drones appear of nowhere and fire at these security guards, what seems to be deliberate, on purpose, to cause more mayhem, to cause more of the chaotic situations right here. So far, we're looking at 30 of these security guards so far, whether they are from the law enforcement or from the local community volunteering to secure the delivery of these trucks to the designated points, causing disruption of the aid mechanism that is already broken since the beginning of this genocidal war.
Hani Mahmoud, thank you very much to you and your team for your reporting out of the Gaza Strip this morning.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.